I saw an excellent post on Instagram which said, does this align with the life that I am trying to create? I'm going to say that once more. Make a habit of asking yourself, does this align with the life that I am trying to create? I think that perhaps one of the most important personal growth exercises that I have taken myself through is to truly and profoundly understand my values. Like, what are the values that drives and also informs my decisions? There are many different ways to look at your values. I even had somebody who's like a coach slash therapist say to me that there is actually certain values within yourself that you cannot change, which sits within your subconscious mind, which is the result of sort of social conditioning from childhood. I don't think she's entirely wrong. I do think, though, that we can change quite a lot about ourselves if we want to. You know, she was talking about when we talk about values such as honesty, integrity, ethics, she called those aspirational values. But perhaps actually, I also imagine that I have a value within myself which is more about, for example, creating safety. I grew up in an environment which had quite a lot of chaos. And I think because I had quite a lot of chaos, I am then somebody as an adult who seeks quite a bit of safety. So I seek safety, I seek stability, I seek structure and discipline to try and at least manage my environment. I'm aware of that in so many ways. All of that is just illusions, right? Anything can change in the flicker of a moment. And even though I have all of those values, it's also about cultivating those values and ways of beings and state of beings within myself, right? It's not always about my external environment. It actually is much more about my internal environment, so that when I am navigating change, I'm doing that from a much more calm and still place. One could argue that a value such as health, which is one of the values that I have, is an aspirational value, but it's also actually something which I do think is just within me. Otherwise, I wouldn't be so rigorous with my meditation practice, my exercise practice, with making decisions that are supporting my health overall. Like, I just don't think I would be that rigorous with it if it wasn't an internal value. Some other values I have are, for example, responsibility, integrity, and also courage. You know, to have the faith in oneself that you can go against the grain and achieve, and you can change your circumstances if you want to. It's certainly not always true. There is loads of socioeconomic reasons why somebody might not be able to change their circumstances. That's absolutely understandable. I suppose my encouragement to you, though, is to really think about your values and what they are. What are these values that sit deep within yourself? Where do they come from? How can you label them? And then also, perhaps, what are some of your more aspirational values? And, you know, why I was opening with, does this align with the life that I want to create? That is underpinned by your values, right? What is important to you? And then how can you live accordingly to that question, to your vision, to your goals, to your hopes, your dreams, desires? And how can your values become your guiding principle for life and become the compass that guides your decisions, right? That is what you are trying to achieve with them. I think the best book that I have read on values, on purpose, on mission is Better Boundaries, and I'll put a link to that in the description below this video. I think that book truly helped me to really shift how I approached myself and also how I approach the life that I want to live. How could I start making decisions about how to design my life, basically? And I think a really important place to start with that is with your values, because again, you know, if you know your values, you know the kind of job that you want or don't want, you know the kind of partner that you want or don't want, and you can just begin to, pick what seems more aligned with how you want to live your life. But I do think that, you know, the only way for that to become truly real within your life is that you have to do that inner work to truly step beyond the physical and into your soul and feel your values from your soul. And then you can create a life for yourself that you want to live. So tap into the values of your soul. That is my recommendation. Thank you so much for listening, and good luck with your journey on values. I'd love to know how you get on in the comments below this video. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, like button, and I'll see you in the next one.